Hi guys, welcome to my channel Vinyl Beauty, or welcome back. I'm Debbie if you don't know me. So for today's video we're going to be doing a bit of a cozy get ready with me. I wanted to do a cozy Halloween kind of vibe, the sort of thing that you could do if you were just planning to stay in and watch Halloween kind of spooky movies rather than horror movies, which is what I'm going to be doing tonight. So I just thought I'd take some inspiration from my top that I'm wearing here and build a look around it. I often get inspiration from things like that, and I love this. It's pyjamas actually from Next, and it's got pumpkins in there and spooky cats. It's just the cutest thing. But I thought the combination of that teal in the background of the top with the orange and the black was quite interesting. So I'm going to build a look around that, as I say. I've done my face makeup and my brows, and I've primed my eyelids with the MAC Soft Ochre paint pot. So we're just going to do everything else in this video. Also got some new things to try out in the video as well. I've got both of the PLouise palettes, they're enormous. This one is the Droplet of Magic palette, and I've also got the Hocus Pocus Regain Focus palette. It'll be my first time trying PLouise. These are massive palettes, they're double-sided, you've got a hell of a lot of shades, but there's some of the sort of shades that I want for this video. So just thought I'd combine everything into one, sort of a bit of a get ready with me, but a bit of trying out PLouise at the same time. So without further ado, let's scoot you in and let's get started. Okay guys, so I'll put you in a bit closer, as I say, and I'm going to do my cheeks first. I always like to do that if I can. I'm going to be using this again, which is the Mortician Show palette from Lunatick Labs. If you didn't catch my last video, I picked this up from Attitude Clothing, which is a goth clothing site in the UK, for a steal, just for £20, and it is actually a face corrector palette, I think, but I used those two shades mixed together as blush in my last video, and I really want to use the orange shade today because I think that's going to really complement my look. And I think these do have names. Yeah, it's called Bleeding Sun, this shade. These are really pigmented, and they're just unusual colours, and I think that's why I'm gravitating towards this. It reminds me very much of the sort of formula in the Lightly Makeup blush palettes that I love. This shade's more vibrant than Contortion from that palette, but I think it's the perfect sort of pumpkiny orangey vibe that I want. I love blush, and I want quite a lot of it in this look, as you can see. I'm doing this video whilst my husband's at work today. He works every other weekend, and so I've got the house to myself, and just been watching a few YouTube videos while I've been doing my base and just having a proper chill out time, because this has been not a very fun week for me work wise. I've been very busy, been very tired and stressed, and I planned to film a lot more videos than I did. Well, I didn't feel ready in the week, and so I'm really behind. So I did put something up on my community tab asking you guys if you were happy for me to extend spooky season into November, because I've bought so many things, and being in the UK, the trouble is it takes so long for these Halloween palettes to get to me. By the time they get to me, Halloween's over, and I don't want to wait till next year to use them. And I got 108 votes on that poll, and 97% of you would like a spooky November, so I'm really happy about that. I'll vary things up. I've got some other things coming that are not spooky, so we'll do a bit of each, and I'll probably still leave my background up spooky until I change it for my Christmas background. But I might just take the pumpkins out and just kind of change it up a bit, but I'm going to keep it spooky, I think. But I'm so happy that you guys are happy for me to do that, because yeah, it's my favourite time of year for makeup, and I just didn't get the chance to film as much as I wanted to. It's hard to balance YouTube and a full-time job at the same time, and to make content that I really want to make and not be too tired to do it. You know, you want to enjoy it when you're filming, you know, not feel like you've got to do it when you're tired at the end of the day. So I only ever really want to do it when I've got the energy. So I'm glad that you guys understand. But for highlight today, we're going with quite an old thing actually. This is the Sacred Glass highlighter palette from Jeffree Star. And we're going in with this shade Glass Slipper because it's such a beautiful gold sparkly highlight, and I think it's going to really suit the vibe of the look that I'm going for. There's a ton of glitter in this though. It's like pretty much all glitter, but I was looking for like a totally gold highlight, because a lot of highlights now have got like a shift of colour in them, and I wanted something that's pure gold and glittery. And then I remembered I got this one, and the formula of these are like nothing else. I've just bought the diamonds one. I can't remember the actual name of it, but the one that's come out with Gothic Beach. Probably was Gothic Diamonds actually. But yeah, bought that one, and that's stunning as well. So these are really, really blinding. After I film this, I've got to go to the garage though and get a new headlight for my car. Because everything's been going wrong this week. My headlight went on the way home from work the other day. I was like, can't quite see properly, and I like got home and realised that one of the lamps is out. So probably going to get some looks when I go to the garage to sort that out. Alright, I'm going to show you these palettes before we get into it. So this one is the Droplet of Magic palette. So PLouise is a UK based indie brand. Never bought from them before, mainly because the packaging is so bulky. I mean, it's proper extra. You've got a padlock, which I've already taken out, and a key, and it's like a diary. I mean, I love packaging like this, but it's so difficult to hold up on camera. I almost didn't do it at all because it's so tricky. But we have some really stunning shades. So that's one side of the palette, and we're definitely going to be using some of these teals, but I've got a navy pencil, so I'm going to sort of make it a little bit more blue by combining that as well. And then that's the other side, which is reds and purples, super pretty. Don't think I'll be using those in today's video though. And then this one is the Hocus Pocus Regain Focus. Again, it's the same sort of situation like a book. This side is super beautiful. I love the looks of this side, but again, it's not what I'm going for this look, but I am going to have to dip into these again and make maybe a multiple looks video. And that's another reason why I wanted to extend into November and do a spooky November, because this is just delicious, isn't it? The colour story is gorgeous. I like that there's sort of 9 pan kind of situations in each area. So you've got 18 pans, but 2 distinct 9 pans there. This is the side we're going to use. So we're going to be using the oranges at the top in this look. And as I say, we're going to be using the Droplet of Magic for the more teal shades. So I bought these palettes off the PLouise website. They were, I think it was £66 for both of them, and £1 delivery, something bizarre like that, 99p delivery. And they came super fast. So if you're in the UK and these are still available, and if they turn out to be good, then this is a great option, you know, to combat all of these indie makeups that we keep seeing, all of these indie palettes from the States that cost us a fortune to get here. This could be an option if these are good, so I'm really excited. What I wish is that you could take this out of this bulky packaging, because it's YouTuber problems, it's holding it up as a pain. Alright, I'm going to go in, I think, with that shade all over the lid, and I'm just going to keep blending it upwards to use some of these oranges, because I want a really like matte orange look, but then I want to put that shade as like an inner corner highlight and kind of wrapped around like my tear duct area, and then I want the blue teal on the lower lash line. So I think I'm going to start with the upper lids first. As I say, go in with that shade probably first. Yeah, we'll go with that shade first, Grave Digger, I think. So each of these shades has got a embossing on the pan, and just so well done. As far as I understand it, PLouise went out to their customer base to ask for like them to vote for the sort of shades and tones that they wanted in this palette. I've never bought from the brand before, mainly because of how bulky the palettes are, but also because they do a lot of pink cleaning palettes, and I'm not the biggest fan of pink eyeshadow. I like more grungy, deeper kind of tones. That is going on super opaque. I'm going to take it quite high. I might pack a bit of the darker orange shade over the top though, just to really get some depth. I'm bringing it higher than my natural crease, because that's the way to really make my eyes look bigger than they are, which is what I always want to do. I was toying with doing an orange base underneath. I've bought some Suva Beauty Opaques paints, and I was thinking of mixing up a potion to do that with the red and the yellow that I have, but that is going on super opaque. That's pretty impressive. So have you guys tried this brand? As I say, if you're in the States, it's probably quite expensive to get to you. I don't know, because this is bulky. It came in a really beautiful box as well. Like, the packaging is super extra, but it's a brand I've always wanted to try. and I've always heard good things about it. As I say, it just isn't totally my aesthetic, but as soon as I saw that they got a spooky release, I was like, yeah, I'm all over that. And I've had them a little while. As I say, they came pretty quick, and I know people that have signed up to their budget box, they do like a monthly subscription box, got one of the palettes in that, but they didn't know which they were going to get. I don't like signing up to mystery boxes or ones that you get on repeat like that, because I just think you get lots of products you're never going to use, and I like to choose my products mainly. I want to get a bit more depth on the lid, don't want to go red though, so I'm thinking this one, Eye of Newt over here, could be good. Just over the top. I don't know if that's going to make any difference now. It's just helping with the opacity a bit, but I don't think that's changing anything, if I'm honest with you. Probably should have started with that one first, but it doesn't matter. I think that's changed the tone just slightly. To blend upwards, I'm going to go in with that shade, which is called Creepy Crawly. So I'm just taking that lowish but round the edges. Starting to get a blend here. As I say, just keeping things on the upper lid because I want to do blue on the lower lash line, which is not a combination that I see done, which there could be a reason for that. It might not work, but as I say, I'm trying, whenever I do my makeup looks, it's easy to look at other creators and the looks that they're doing, but I think that's the worst way to foster creativity in yourself, because you know you're not them and you're not their style, so you're like always going to compare whether you've pulled off the look the same way as they have or whatever. I mean, it's great to have tutorials and to get inspiration and whatnot, but I really prefer just looking at an object or clothing or my jewellery. It could be anything really, album covers, just literally anything, nature, and just taking inspiration from that and seeing where it will go for me. So as I say, these pyjamas were where I started with this look, and it's the pigment on that is something else. It really is. I haven't done a predominantly all matte look like this in the longest time. It's magical. I'm not getting any fallout at all. I want to keep things quite grungy. I think I'm going to go in with that shade, which is Scarefest. So for Scarefest, I'm going in with the largest of the Singe Beauty brushes, and I'm taking that pretty high. The blend from these shades, I'm super impressed. I probably will go back and just intensify the middle shade that I've used, but I love the way this is looking already. So have you guys been up to anything for Halloween? We're really nearly there now. If it goes to plan, this will go up on the Saturday before Halloween. Want to try and film tomorrow as well, and probably get a video up on Halloween itself. I just haven't really watched many Halloween movies. We've been watching Only Murders in the Building actually, which I've been loving. I waited until all of it was available because I like to binge watch things, so we've been watching that this week, which cannot figure out who did it at all. I'm on episode 4 and there's so many suspects. I don't know if you guys watch it, but it's so good. And tonight I've bought the 4K Blu-ray of Beetlejuice. I've never actually owned the film, I've only ever streamed it, so I've got quite a good home cinema setup with Dolby Atmos and whatnot, so thought it would be nice to see it in like the way it should be intended. Just going back with Creepy Crawly again, just to make sure I've still kept that in the blend. I'm going to do the blue lower lash line first, and then we'll come back and do the inner corner at the end. So something else I bought this week was some more of the Nabla Cupid's Arrow Stylos. I'd already got 2 of them, and I want them all, quite honestly. They're so good. So this one is the navy blue one. That's what we're going to be using today. If you're not familiar with these, you've got like a crayon that you can wind up, but you've also got a sharpener in the bottom so you can get them super precise, and so you can use them as bases on your lid or you can use them as eyeliner, and they stay so well in the waterline, because I bought the Colourpop ones everyone raves about. I just can't get them to even go into my waterline really, so I don't use them for that, or very rarely. And then I saw that they've got a whole kit of the pop ones, so all the bright ones. So you've got 6 shades in there. There's a black, and then there's some brighter shades as well. and there was a sale on the Nabla website, and these came in 2 days from Italy, so super impressed with that. But we're going to use this navy one, which is the Arrow number 6, as a base on my lower lash line and in my waterline. And as you can see, they just go on so easily, so creamy. I used to buy these from Beauty Bay, but I don't know what's going on with Beauty Bay at the moment, because they seem to be stopping all of the good things that I've always wanted to buy from them for. Like, I'm worried that they're going to stop selling Melt, because they seem to be running that down. I mean, I buy Melt mainly from the Melt website. That was a drama for me this week, if anybody follows me on Instagram, but they've stopped, it seems, accepting credit card payments from the UK. As soon as you default on the Melt website to a UK shipping address, the only option you have for payment is PayPal, which I didn't have and didn't understand how to get. Old person here. So I've signed up for that now, and I bought the Christmas Town collection. I've already got the Halloween Town collection. It's sitting here. I need to film with it, and I thought I would do a combined video and do them both together, as I'm so late to the party. It got stuck in customs for a long time, and I got £40 charge for customs, which is a bit sad, but just had to have those. You guys know how much I love Melt. Just going to smudge that out a little. But my Christmas Town collection has shipped already. It shipped the same morning that I bought it, and now it's gone back up for pre-order for the collection. You could only get either the full collection or the brush set on the pre-launch, but I'm so happy to have picked up the whole set. So we've got a number of options in here. I'm going to go for the deepest one and then blend out with the one next to it, I think. So just these two on the bottom row from the Droplet of Magic palette. So the first one is called Spell on You, and we're just going to smudge that over the top of that pencil. Just really set that pencil down so it doesn't go anywhere. I've gone 3/4 of the way, or perhaps even more than that, so I've just left this inner corner so I can wrap that gold highlighty inner corner shade that I want to use around. Now where the blue and the orange are meeting, I'm not going to try and blend that because that won't go well. I am going to do a black wing with this look, so it won't matter anyway, because we'll cut through the two shades with that. Taking the smallish Singe Beauty brush, just going underneath that with the shade that was next to the deeper shade in the palette. I'm not holding the palette up again, it's a nightmare to hold. Yeah, that's the only thing I wish they'd done, is that you could take each side out and pop it back in to the packaging, because the packaging is beautiful. As a collector, I think it's stunning what they've done with these. And if you're using them yourself at home, you're not holding them up, are you? So I suppose it doesn't matter. They have mirrors on both sides. As I say, it's just really, really beautiful packaging. Right, so that's super deep. I'm going to take a brush with no additional product just to blend that out a bit further. There is a lighter shade I could use for a blending shade, but I don't want to bring things down any lower really with colour, so I'm just using this just to blend everything out. Back to the Hocus Pocus Regain Focus palette. We're going to use this shade, as I say, as an inner corner highlight, wrap round onto the lower lash line as well. And that shade is called Basic Witch. And it is a true gold. Really, really sparkly and pretty. So I'm just popping that, as I say, in this space that we've left and just in this inner corner. Don't want any shimmers on the lid at all, I don't think, for this look. I really want to pack this in the inner corner, and that's packing down super nicely. I'll take it a little bit onto the lid here, and that is a stunning shimmer. I kind of wish I'd use shimmers on the lid now, but I'm not going to, because I always do that, so it's nice to do something different. Right, so I'm going to hop off camera to put a black wing on. You've seen me do that a number of times, and apply a lip, and I'll be back with you to show you the finished look. Okay guys, so this is the finished look, and I finished it off with a black gel liner, the Illamasqua one that I always use. It got quite dramatic and big actually, this wing, but sometimes that happens when I'm trying to get both sides to match, but I think it still looks really cool and sets off the look. And then for lips today, I was thinking of going with a teal because that would have looked really cool with this. But I wanted to keep things a little bit more wearable. As I say, I'm heading out in a moment. So I've gone with a Lunar Beauty one. This is in the shade Hallow's Eve, which came out with their Moonspell 2 collection. Haven't worn it that much because when that came out, obviously the palette is reds and purple leaning. Didn't really think the lipstick shade matched it, and I just haven't given it enough love really. So love it actually. It's such a sort of pumpkin burnt orange shade, and these lipsticks are so nice, so comfortable. And I have incidentally ordered the Siren Sunset collection, the palette and all three of the liquid lips. It's been shipped to me and it's supposed to be getting here Tuesday, Wednesday. So hopefully I should be able to film with that next weekend if you're curious to see some looks with that one. But yeah, that's all I've got for you in this one. As I say, my plan for the month of November is to keep things fairly spooky. I'm still going to be using the new spooky palettes that I've bought, but drop in some other videos here and there with things that are not spooky. I'll keep my spooky background up. I might change it up a little, and then we'll just transition into more festive and Christmas, probably about the sort of 3rd week of November. I'm away for some of December, so I want to bring Christmas earlier as well so that I can get some Christmas looks in. So hopefully that all sounds good to you, and if you're new to my channel, I hope you might consider subscribing so that you catch my future content. But thank you so much for watching this one, guys. I hope you're keeping safe and well and enjoying this spooky weekend, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye guys.